Okay. Good morning. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your teacher. Once again, GEMMA P. Coronel, your grade 9 teacher. Our topic for today is about solving quadratic equation by completing the square. By the way, how are you? How's your assignment? Okay, I hope you are all fine. Okay, let us start. Now, we have analyzed the following equation. Number 1, we have x squared plus 4x plus 4. Letter B, x squared minus 16x plus 64. And letter C, we have x squared plus 2 over 3x plus 1 over 9. Now, equation A, B, and C are expressed as perfect square trinomial. And the factor of a perfect square trinomial is a square of binomial. As you notice in letter A, it is x squared plus 4x plus 4. The factor of x squared is x times x, and the factor of 4 is 2 times 2. The middle term is 4x. 4x is from the sum of the product of the inner and the outer term. Let us check. 2 times x is 2x. X times 2 is also 2x. 2x plus 2x is equal to 4x. The factor of x squared plus 4x plus 4 is x plus 2, quantity x plus 2. And then we have to express this as a square of binomial. It is x plus 2, quantity square. Okay, that is very easy. Letter B, x squared minus 16x plus 64. The factor of x squared is x times x, while the factor of 64 is 8 times 8. Let us check the middle term. Negative 8 times x is negative 8x. X times negative 8 is also negative 8x. Negative 8x plus negative 8x is equal to negative 16x. Then, therefore, this factor is correct. The factor of x squared minus 16x plus 64 is x minus 8 times x minus 8. And then express this as the square of binomial. It is x minus 8 quantity square. For letter C, it is x squared plus 2 over 3x plus 1 over 9. As you notice, the factor of x squared is x times x, while the factor of 1 over 9 is 1/3 times 1/3. Let us check the middle term. X times 1/3 is 1/3 x. 1/3 times x is also 1/3 x. 1/3 x plus 1/3 x is equal to 2/3 x. Express this factor in the square of binomial, that is x plus 1/3 quantity square. Okay, to find the third term of the perfect square trinomial, the completing the square must be applied. Again, to find the third term, how about if the missing is the third term here? How about if the given is x squared plus 4x and the unknown is 4? And letter B, x squared plus 16x, the unknown is 64. And this one, x squared plus 2 over 3x and the unknown is 1/3. To find the third term of a perfect square trinomial, the completing the square must be applied. We have to apply the process of completing the square. Now, example, that is also the example, the same number. We have x squared plus 4x plus blank. Okay, what is the process? get the numerical coefficient of a linear term, which is 4. 4, then divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, then square, and that is 4. Then, the equation now is complete. We have x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay? How about number 2? If the missing is 64, x squared minus 16x plus blank. Again, the process. Get the numerical coefficient of a linear term, which is negative 16, divided by 2. It is negative 8. Negative 8 squared, that is 64. The equation is x squared minus 16x plus 64. Now, for number 3, we have x squared plus 2 over 3x plus, assuming that this is blank, no? To get 1 over 9. Okay, 2, get the numerical coefficient of a linear term, 2 over 3 divided by 2, 2, 3 times 2 is 6. 2 over 6 is the same as 1/3. They are both divisible by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then square. 1 square is 1. 3 square is 9. The third term is 1 over 9. X squared plus 2 over 3x plus 1 over 9. Now, activity 5, make it perfect. Direction. Determine a number that must be added to make each of the following a perfect square trinomial. Then explain how you arrive at your answer. Okay, you may take a picture in this activity. For number 1, we have x squared plus 2x plus blank. You have to give the third term. Number 2, t squared plus 20r plus blank. 3, r squared minus 16r plus blank. Number 5, r squared plus 24r plus blank. Number 5, r squared minus 30x plus blank. Number 6, x squared plus 11 plus blank. 7, x squared minus 15x. Number 6 with x. Number 6 is with x. Number 6, again, 6, x squared plus 11x. This is just a clerical error. Plus blank. Number 7, x squared minus 15x plus blank. Number 8, w squared plus 21w plus blank. Number 9, s squared minus 2 over 3s plus blank. And number 10, h squared minus 3 over 4h plus blank. Okay. Now question, how did you describe a perfect square trinomial? Number 2, what mathematics concept did you apply to come up with your answers? Number 3, explain how you arrive at your answers. Another method of solving quadratic equation. Now, we will go now to quadratic equation. Our previous discussion is about just an expression. This one is a quadratic equation. Another method of solving quadratic equation is by completing the square. This method involves transformation of quadratic equation in ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. In the form of x minus h quantity square is equal to k To solve the quadratic equation by completing the square are some procedure to be followed. Again, we have to transform ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 into the form of quantity x minus h squared is equal to k. Take note, class. Then, again, we have to transform ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 in the form of x minus h quantity squared is equal to k. Now, example, solve the following quadratic equation: 2x squared plus 8x minus 10 by completing the square. Okay? Solution, we have 2x squared plus 8x minus 10 is equal to 0. The first thing we do is we have to write the given equation in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. See to it that the numerical coefficient of a or quadratic term is equal to 1. Now here, the numerical coefficient of a quadratic term is 2. We have to divide the whole equation by 2. Now 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared plus 8x divided by 2 is 4x. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5 is equal to 0. What is next? Using addition property of equality, add 5 in both sides of the equation. It becomes x squared plus 4x minus 5 plus 5 is equal to 5. Then, it becomes x plus 4x is equal to 5. But we have to complete the square. Okay, by completing the square, get the numerical coefficient of a linear term, which is 4, divided by 2 is 2, then square, that is 4. Whatever number added to the left side of the equation, that is also a number added to the right side of the equation. The resulting equation, this is now x squared plus 4x plus 4 is a perfect trinomial. And the factor of this is the square of binomial. Okay? The factor is the square of binomial. We have here x plus 2 times x plus 2. 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. Expressed in a perfect square binomial, square of binomial, x, we have x plus 2 quantity square is equal to 9. Then solve for x by extracting square root. Our lesson in our last lesson, in our previous lesson, solving quadratic equation by extracting square root. You have to follow the procedure in extracting square root. Okay, square both sides. The square root of x plus 2 quantity square is equal to x plus 2. And the square root of 9 is positive and negative 3. X sub 1 now is equal to 3 minus 2. X sub 1 is equal to 1. And the other one, x sub 2, negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. We have two real solution or roots. We have to check the solution obtained against the original equation. 4x is equal to 1, and the other one, 4x is equal to 5. For x is equal to 1, we have to substitute to the original equation. 2x squared plus 8x minus 10 is equal to 0. Okay, 2 times 1 squared plus 8 times 1 minus 10 is equal to 0. 2, 1 square is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 8 times 1 is 8. Minus 10 is equal to 0. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. Therefore, 0 is equal to 0. The value of x, which is x is equal to 1, is a solution of a quadratic equation. How about the other one? For x is equal to negative 5. The same procedure, we have to substitute the value of negative 5 to the original equation where x is equal to negative 5. 2x squared plus 8x minus 10 is equal to 0. We have 2, quantity negative 5 squared plus 8 minus 5 minus 10 is equal to 0. Now, we have negative 5 squared is 25 because 5 times 5 is equal to 25. While for 8 times negative 5 is negative 40 minus 10 is equal to 0. 2 times 25 is 50. Negative 40 minus 10 is negative 50. 50 minus 50 is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0, and that is true. Another, mean to say that negative 5 is also a solution of quadratic equation. 1 and negative 5 are both solutions in our quadratic equation. Now, example number 2. Find the solution of the equation x squared plus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0 in completing the square. Again, we have x squared plus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0. Using addition property of equality, we have to add 18 in both sides of the equation. X plus 3x is equal to 18. Then by completing the square, x squared plus 3x plus blank is equal to 18 plus blank. By completing the process of completing the square, take the numerical coefficient of a linear term or x, which is 3 divided by 2. That is 3 over 2. Then square. 3 square is 9. 2 square is equal to 4. We have 9 over 4 in order to complete the square. This now is a perfect square trinomial. And the factor of a perfect square trinomial is a square of binomial. Whatever number added to the left side of the equation, that is also a number added to the right side of the equation. That is 9 over 4. The other one is also 9 over 4. Okay, the factor of a perfect square trinomial is a square of binomial. The factor of x squared is x times x. The factor of 9 over 4 is 3 over 2. 3 over 2. Then, the LCD is 4. 4 times 18 is 72. 72 plus 9 is 81. That is 81 over 4. Write this expression in the square of binomial. That is x plus 3 over 2 quantity square is equal to 81 over 4. Then square both sides in order to eliminate, square both sides in order to find the value of x. The square root of x plus 3 over 2 is x plus 3 over 2, while the square root of 81 over 4 is 9 over 2. That is positive or negative 9 over 2. Then, therefore, simplify. We come up with x sub 1. X sub 1 is equal to negative 3 over 2 plus 9. Take first the positive 9 over 2. 9 over 2. Negative 3 plus 9 is 6. Common denominator is 2. 6 over 2 is 3. X sub 1 now is 3. How about the other one? The negative 9 over 2. negative 3 over 2 minus negative 9 over 2. They are both negative. You have to follow the rules of sign number. That is negative 3 plus negative 9 is negative 12. Copy the denominator. Negative 12 over 2 is negative 6. Okay, the roots are positive 3 and negative 6. We have two real solution or roots. Then check the solution obtains against the original equation. Okay. Then example number 3. Find the solution. Okay, let us go to example number 3. Find the solution of x squared minus 6x minus 41 is equal to 0 by completing the square. Again, the same procedure. Addition property of equality. Add 41 in both sides of the equation. That is x squared minus 6x is equal to positive 41. And then go to completing the square. Copies x squared minus 6x plus blank is equal to 41 plus blank. Get the numerical coefficient of a linear term, which is 6, divided by 2. Negative 6, of course, carry the sign. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Negative 3 square is 9. Again, plus 9. As what I've said, if you add 9 to the left side of the equation, you have to also to add 9 on the right side of the equation. This is now x squared plus 6x plus 9 is a perfect square trinomial. And the factor of this is a square of binomial. That is x minus 3 times x minus 3. 41 plus 9 is 41 plus 9 is equal to 50. Express this equation in a perfect square of binomial, that is x minus 3 squared is equal to 50. Then square both sides. The square root of x minus 3 quantity square is equal to x minus 3. Since 50 is not a perfect square, but get the factor of 50. Okay? It is factorable by a perfect square, which is 25 times 2. Okay, see to it, it is factorable by a perfect square. The square root of 25 is positive and negative 5. Copy the square root of 2. Okay, then x minus 3 is equal to positive and negative 5. Square root of 2. Then x sub 1 is equal to 5 plus 3. X sub 1 is equal to 3 plus 5 square root of 2. And the other one, x sub 2 is equal to 3 minus 5 square root of 2. We have also two real solutions or roots. Okay, activity 6, complete me. Direction, find the solution of each of the following quadratic equation by completing the square. Answer the question that follows. For number 1, x squared minus 2x is equal to 3. Number 2, s squared plus 4x minus 21 is equal to 0. Number 3, t squared plus 10t plus 9 is equal to 0. Number 4, x squared plus 14x is equal to 32. Number 5, r squared minus 10r is equal to negative 70. Number 6, 4x squared minus 32x is equal to negative 28. Number 7, x squared minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. Number 8, m squared plus 7m minus 51 over 4 is equal to 0. Number 9, r squared plus 4r is equal to negative 1. And number 10, w squared plus 6w minus 11 is equal to 0. Any question, class? Okay. Now, question. How did you find the solution of its equation? What mathematical concept or principle did you apply to find the solution? And explain how you apply this. Now, you have to try to answer those questions and those activities. Okay, this is your for your own good. Everybody, thank you and keep safe. See you next meeting.